Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
So now if you see that you were able to play with the containers. You were able to play with the containers. You created a container, started a container, stop the container, start the container, restart the container, pause the container, unpause the container, and kill an alarm, right? So, how to use it? How to use those containers? So simply think about it. When I say using, that means when you run applications in physical machines or virtual machines, what you do? Typically you do something like you access those containers. So, or you go inside the VMs and physical machines and work with it. So scenario, how to go inside a VM. That's the first situation. How to access applications from outside. That's the second thing. How to go inside a VM, how to access from outside. So these are the two scenarios which I'm going to explain you now. So before that, I must tell you the concept of PID1. Concept of PID1. And this is a very important statement. You have to hard code. Next 5 days you need these statements. Okay, next 5 days. So please take it seriously. Now your physical machine is running. As long as PID1 is running, very simple. Okay, physical machine is running as long as PID1 is running. Virtual machine is running as long as PID1 is running. PID1 is what? I've showed you. Restart, CentOS. So here, ps-eaf, see systemd. So your physical machine is running because of PID1. In my VM is also running because of PID1. Let me show you. See. It's a Windows, right? So it will be a little bit different. In Linux, that is the concept. Okay. Here it's a 4. Here it's a 4. Okay. So hard code this statement in Linux. So physical machine is running as long as PID1 is running. virtual machine is running, PID1. Thus, container is running as long as PID1 is running. Now, did you understand this statement? Did you understand this statement? Guys?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Now, next statement which I'm making here is.
One doubt, Rajesh. Hello.
Okay.
So here PID1 means it's respect its own individual or its host machine.
I said no, it's a physical machine, VM,
Okay.
container. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Here, in the physical machine, PID1 is system D. Virtual machine, PID1 system D. Anyway. It can be anything, and as long as this anything is running, your container. So now, how many containers I'm having? Look at this here. Docker PS. I have a 2 Jenkins container, right? Docker execute this container ps-ir. See? PID1 is this one. And what is the PID1? JTSet Bentley. Anything. Here it can be anything, not system D. Here it can be Bentley, bin bash, bin Java, this, that, whatever, Perl, Python, XYZ, MN, ABCD, DF, whatever. As long as this is running, container is in running state, up. This is got exit, this got exit, PID1 got exit, PID1 got exit, container got exit. So this is the relation. Let's go ahead. Okay. So now, please remember this statement, and I'm going to prove this in something. So I got bored with this image. Can we work with another image? Now, what is image I should go for it? So I'm going for Ubuntu image. Ubuntu, you know what is Ubuntu?
Another flavor of Linux, Red Hat.
Flavor of Linux, yeah. So here when I say Ubuntu, don't perceive this as an operating system. When I say Ubuntu image, that means root file system, not boot file system. Understand that? Kernel root file system have a different flavor. Kernel boot file system is only one kernel. Okay, so please understand that. So here you
Sorry, can you repeat? Kernel?
There's only one kernel, Linux kernel.
Right.
On top of that, multiple flavor has been written, like RSCL, Fedora, Debian, Ubuntu, SUSE, HP, Amazon, this, that. So I'm saying, when I say Ubuntu, always think about the root file system. It's like a flavor of Linux, not a boot file system. So when I say this Ubuntu image, do not think this has a kernel. It has only root file system. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now guys, I'll show you one shortcut. So pull command plus create command plus start command plus become or attached is equal to run command. Shortcut. Okay. Pull command plus create command plus start command plus become command. Not become is not command, it's a behavior. Attached. It's called. Now these commands you understand well, but what is this? What is this? What is become? So right now, what you are, tell me what you are right now. Okay. Echo. See what you are. You want to know? See, I am a bash. See. Correct now? What you are? I am a bash. Proven? Proven? Hello guys, are you there?
Yeah.
So please focus on the screen for time being. So what you are right now, I am a bash. That means I am a shell. Bash shell, C shell, corn shell, this shell, that shell. So human interact with the Linux machine through shell. Without a shell, human cannot interact. Okay. So I am a shell right now. So when I say become, that means when you run the container image, then you get a container. Always create a new container. See here. You do 5 times run, you create a 5 container. But always you will become this. Become a container. Yes, you will become a container. Okay. So now, same command if I run with Jenkins, Docker, run Jenkins. And you see that. Understand that here. Now tell me, run I used it. So what I become? Any idea? Any idea? What I become? Any idea, guys?
Root user of Jenkins.
No. I become a
Bash user.
I become a container. And container means what is the PID one? What was the PID one? I showed you. Just
You become a processor.
no. What was the PID one in Jenkins? No. It was a built-in.
SH file.
Built-in separated by argument SH file. Correct now? So what you are right now? You are built-in. Built-in, understand your command? No. So that's a become. You become that. Now apply to this. So right now where are you? PID 1. Okay. I become attached to the PID 1. I become a container. Now I am PID 1. I am a built-in. Let me open up a new session, duplicate session, CentOS, and then sudo -s, clear the screen, docker -ps, docker -ps. This is the container which I am in right now. What you are? built-in. 3 containers running. Control C will kill the PID 1. Means built-in. See. PID 1 got killed. 6. Container got. So that's a proof of if PID 1 is running, container is running. PID 1 got exit, container got exit. PID 1 is actually any. As long as this anything is running. Did you see this relationship?
Can you run something
Sorry, your voice is damn low. I know you are talking, but what you are talking, I'm not able to make out.
Okay, can you help us with can you show me the command once again to become a PID 1?
Just run. Run.
Now, what is happening exactly? You're talking Bintini. I mean, could you please elaborate that Bintini?
Sir, when you run the container of Jenkins, what was the PID1? That is what I'm talking about, right? I think you're missing many things actually. See here, Bintini. What is this? It's a PID1.
Okay. But if you are running independently, we are not seeing this Bintini. But wherein if you are using run command, it is attaching with this command. That's what you meant to say?
No. I am saying, understand this. Again, I'm repeating. First thing, why this container is running? Why this container is running? I said, container is running because of PID1. Now the question is, what is PID1 for the container? Then I did this command, container ID, ps-a, my PID1 is Bintini, which proved by this point. So PID1 can be anything inside a container. It can be Bintini, it can be Perl, Python, Java, Nginx, Apache, this, that. It can be anything. This is the executable using that container is running. Parameter 1, parameter 2.
Okay.
This is a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So this line is hidden. Now I want to teach you one shortcut. Now the question is, what is a shortcut? Run. What is run? So when you do the run, it will do pull also, create also, start also. But same time you will become that guy. That means I've been telling you what you are. I am a bash. If I docker run Jenkins. So what you will do? I'll become the container. You see here. Create container, start the container, and become that container. Attached to that process PID1. Attached to PID1. That is what will happen. So when I did this one, I was bash earlier, but now I became Bintini. Because PID1, I become a container. That means if instead of Bintini, you had an image which has a Java setup, Perl, Python, this, that setup, you will become that guy. That means your console will become that one. Did you understand now?
Yeah.
Everyone?
Rajesh, how will you detach from that Bintini without attaching it?
Wonderful question. So now the question is, I don't want to lose my console. I have no interest to become. So what to do? So there is one more command which is there. Do not become. And how can you do that? Detach, that's all. -d will help you to detach. Means do not become. For example, right now I become a Bintini. I am forced to become Bintini. Duplicate session, CentOS, sudo -s, docker ps. Now see how many containers? 1, 2, 3. Now fourth container I'm running. But this time I don't want to become Jenkins container. So simple, -d and docker ps. See, one more container you got. Did you understand this?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. So now what we call this as? This we call aka detached. This is called attached. This is called detached. Guys, is it clear, these statements? Hello?
Yes, completely got it.
So someone had asked post lunch. Someone had
Whenever
asked.
we are using a run command, whenever we are using a run command, it is going to create a new process, right?
What process? New container.
New container. Okay. So, Docker exec is used to, get inside and install it, all the stuff.
I'll
there
come
any
back.
way that we use the Docker?
I'll come back. This topic is pending. I'm coming back slowly. Okay. So now the guys, someone had asked me, I don't know who has asked me, I forgot. He said my container is exiting. He was trying some other images. So now did you understand that, guys, why your container was exiting? Did you understand now? Who has asked this question?
Yeah, Rajesh, Deepak here. I asked that question.
So did you understand, sir, now?
Yeah, it is not
Become.
not getting attached.
No.
Is that
not? No. Your container was exiting because of
No PID.
what was happening? Your PID was running, container got started, PID1 got exited, container got exited. Simple statement. I said as long as, please read this statement. Your container got exited because of PID was not running. Simple statement.
okay, how do we ensure PID is running
Ha.
and not exit?
That's a good question. So developer of image decide whether the PID1 should be running as a daemon mode or it should be exiting after that work is done. So developer of image will decide. You will become a developer tomorrow and you can decide whether your image should be running or not.
So what is the purpose if that image is not running when I'm just curious asking when it,
Yeah.
if you have any image it should run, right? Otherwise, what is the benefit of it?
Okay. I will tell you two examples for it. Okay. So I'll tell you two examples of it. Now, sir, you want to run your Java program. So once you compile the Java program, do you want to continue that runtime environment running? Not needed, because your objective was to compile the Java program. So you wanted a JAVEC and then you compile all the programs, got the output, and then container should exit. This is what your expectations are. Why to waste CPU and RAM and keep on running something which you don't need after the compilation?
Okay.
So did you understand this one? First one. Second scenario is like an application, like a web application, like a Jenkins itself, or Jira, or Nexus, or SonarQube. These applications are very
Your voice is breaking, Rajesh, by the way.
Oh, is it? For everyone, guys? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, it's clear now, but in between it's going on and off.
Okay. So first scenario is that one. Second scenario, guys, there are applications which is web-based applications. For example, Jenkins, Jira, Nexus, SonarQube, this, that. So you cannot just get an immediate output of it. You need a consistent to be running so to use it. So that way you will make this as a daemon mode. So you should not get exit. So now I'll give you one more example of it so you will understand better. Okay. Duplicate CentOS sudo -s. See here, look at my screen, guys. This time what I am doing right now, guys, look at my screen. I have 4 containers of all of these Jenkins. But you know what I am doing? I am doing Docker stop. This 1, 2, 3 containers I am stopping. Okay. And after that, graceful, I stopped it. And after that, I remove these containers. Why? Because I want to run few more containers. So now you see here, Docker, I have only one container which is running. One container got exited. Why? Why exited? Because this got exited. This got exited. Container got exited. So now let me prove it in other image. So Docker run Ubuntu. Ubuntu image I do not have. It will download. I told you. Full. See here. See here, Docker PS. See here, it's not running. Where is gone? Docker PS-A. See, exited. How come? So here you see PID1 is bin bash. So when you say exit means at least it has run only once. You know that in the life cycle I taught you. Exit means it has runs only once. So what has happened? Container got run and exited. Exited, container got exited, container got exited, the resources got freed up. Now, this is the second kind of container which gets exit while runtime itself. For example, let's see, Docker run Ubuntu. Look at this here. I want to list out all the files and then exit. My work is done. Container scope of the runtime is also done. Exit, exit. So now, did you understand that this rules right now it's hard coded or not in your mind? It got encoded, hard coded.
Rajesh, can you go back to the command that you executed now? Just one second.
Understood? Okay, guys. So now I am going to tell you. Okay, I am going to tell you the commands I have written here. Now I'm going to tell you how to use this container, how to go inside the container. So guys, for this we have two commands, exec and attach. What is exec means? So this will, understand that guys, this would execute executable inside a container. This will execute a executable inside a container. So for example, let me prove this. So right now guys, look at my screen. Docker PS. Right now I have only one container. So I want to execute an executable inside that container. Okay. So Docker, okay, Docker exec. Which container? This container. What do you want to exit? ls. What do you want to exit? ps. What do you want to exit? df-kh. So you can, using this command, it will execute an executable inside a container. So guys, did you understand this line?
Yes.
Okay, but with IT option, IT means interactive option, and bin bash, because you are a human being, right? You cannot go and interact with something without a shell, Linux. So here, with IT and bin bash, you can go inside. How? Let me show you. Look at my screen carefully. See, I am at the root at the rate of dav host machine, Docker PS, this container, any container, Docker execute IT, which container? What do you want to do? Bin bash. See, Docker execute what? Bin bash. But in what mode? Interactive mode. Which container? This container. Where are we right now? Where are we?
We are inside of that bin and we are bash shell now.
Yeah, we are inside a container.
The container.
Yes. And now also you run all this command and you are inside. Okay. Come out of this container. Done. Docker. Yes. Docker. So guys, exec will help you to do all this. Did you understand exec behavior? Guys, did you understand exec behavior?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. Now
Yes.
there is a one more way. You can go inside a container. Sorry, there's a container, and that is attached. So what will attach? It would attached to. Understand that? It would attached to PID1. Yes, it would attach to PID1. So for example, right now I have one container of Jenkins. Can I have one container of Docker also, Ubuntu also? So Docker run Ubuntu. See, if I do this one, then it will start an exit. But I don't want them to exit. I will say interact. IT. See. So I'm saying Docker run Ubuntu. If I run only Ubuntu, it will create a container and run an exit. But I don't want to exit. I want to say interact. I want to interact with you. See here, where are you right now? Interact. You are inside a container. Right now, you are inside a container. You see it's running. Now, the question is, how can you come? How can you come out of container without exiting? When I say exiting, that means it's a very important statement. Why? Because if I do exit, you know what will happen. What will happen? Any idea? What will happen?
Detach from the.
No. Where are you right now? Where are you?
Yeah, it will exit.
Inside the container.
You
It will
are inside a
also exit the
container, but where are you? Inside?
Bash.
See here, you are bash right now, and bash unfortunately PID1, and it is here. If you exit, this bash will get killed because bash understand the exit is understood by bash. This will get killed. This will get killed. PID1 gets killed. PID1 gets killed. The container will get exited. Let me do that, and you see here. See, gone. When you see Docker PS.
But it won't be same for all the every time, right? Since we never know when it will be one. So it will be
in a Jenkins, it will not be one. For example, let me show you Jenkins. In a Jenkins, Docker run -it Jenkins. So in a
it will be different.
You will be on a different thing. So here with Docker run IT Jenkins, you are inside now. Okay, so you are become a PID1. Again, you become a PID1. So here, what you do? Run will not work. How come run one was working in one condition and run is not working in another condition? I got stuck. So how come? See here. Very simple logic. Okay, run was working in another condition. Run was not working. Let's look at this here. Hello guys, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I think my internet got disconnected. It's raining heavily in Hyderabad, so I had to connect with the backup internet. So yes, I was talking about earlier when you do the run, it directly go inside a container. Okay, let me duplicate the session. So look at my screen, guys. So here, if you see, when I do, and just think about it. Docker run when I do IT and Jenkins, okay? And there is one more command I run. Docker run think. Without thinking, you will not be able to learn Git Docker for sure. Okay. If I do Ubuntu, okay. So see, when I do run with Jenkins, I become somewhere else. I become interactive to the Bintini. And when I do the Docker run -it Ubuntu, I become to the shell. How come this is different? Think. Tell me. Guys.
Ubuntu come from root system.
No.
Jenkins come from user system.
No. Think. I have given you. I have repeated same
shell command over there.
I have repeated same line again and again, minimum 10 times. See, run will do what?
Rajesh, developer
What is that?
yeah, run will attach it.
Yeah. Run
will attach it.
Run will create a container.
Run will create a container, but I also attach to the PID1. Okay. So when you do the run IT interactive mode, what will happen? You will go to the PID1. And
Your voice is breaking, Rajesh.
so now the question was, see here. I got, this is the, see, understand this here. In the Jenkins, the PID1 was Bintini. Okay? Bintini. That was a Bintini. Now, second one for the PID1 was bin bash. Okay? So now you see that when you do the IT, you interact with the Bintini. When you do the IT, you interact with the bin bash. That is how it is. Okay? That's the reason when you do the IT to Jenkins, you will interact with the Bintini, and when you interact with the Ubuntu, you will interact with the bin bash. That is the thing. Now, who decides the PID1? Who decides the PID1? Who decides? So that's decided by the developer of image. Okay, not you, not me. So that's decided by developer of image. Now back to the question number second. Attach, it would attach to the PID1. So here you see, right now, restart the machine. Here, CentOS. CentOS 1, no, this is already there. Okay, so now you see here Docker PS. Right now, okay, I have to become root actually. Sudo -s. So if I do Docker PS, I have a Jenkins, but I want one more container. Okay, Docker run -it Ubuntu. See here, Ubuntu, and I enter. Right now I'm inside a container. What will do? How to come out of the container without exiting? The magic command is Control plus C plus Q. See, this is the one. So now if you see here, Control C Q together. Okay, and container is still running. See that Ubuntu container is still running. Jenkins container is running. So if you do this way, your container is running, bin bash is running, and you got out of the container without exiting. This is the way. So will you remember this command always? Will you remember this? Guys? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So now, the question was, what is attached? It would attach to PID1. So there's a two way to go ahead. So now you think about it. If I attach to the Ubuntu container, Docker, attach. If I attach to this container, where I will go? You tell me. Where would I go here?
PID1.
What is the PID1 here?
It is Jenkins,
No.
right? Ubuntu.
It's Ubuntu, right? See here. So I'll go to bin bash. But if I attach to the Jenkins, I'll go to Jenkins. So I'm right now going to the C. This is a bash. See here. Inside a container, this is a bash. See. So guys, what I was trying to tell you here, let's recap the things. Concept of PID1. So understand that, hard code this statement. Container is running only as long as PID1 is running. PID1 decided by developers of the image. Here in the container, PID1 can be anything. Now, this is the way to work with Ubuntu. Just to prove this concept, run behavior, then run -d behavior, then how to use containers. There's a how to go inside a container, exec, how to attach a container, PID1, and then last, how to access the container from outside. This is the last topic. So how do we do that? So understand this way. You are trying to access from outside.
Can you help with the attachment? Sorry, I just didn't get the voice clearly.
Okay.
There's a small break.
Yeah. So attach.
It will be attached to PID1. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you will attach to the PID1, and PID1 of the container is just you to do Docker PS. You will get this. So here, if I do Docker PS, I'm inside a container, okay? Control PQ, Docker PS. This is the PID1. This is the PID1. This is the PID. Make sense?
When you run Ubuntu with run, I mean, it didn't create any bintany.
What is your question? Yeah.
When you run Docker run with Ubuntu, I don't see any bintany there because it is bin bash here, right? Is that the one?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. No, when you run Ubuntu, it's a different image. Jenkins, different image. Jenkins image developer set this bintany. Ubuntu developers have set bin bash. I am telling you same statement.
But in both the cases, run is attaching the PID1, right?
Yes.
No matter what is the path. Okay.
So run has a 4 behavior, if you remember. Please see that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. When I say, when you attach, see what question I asked, how to use container. In that I asked the question how to go inside a container. In that I said, you can go inside a container using 2 ways. And attach. Exec, you have to interact with a bin bash to go inside a container. Here is the command. For attach, when you attach, you go inside the container, it will get attached to PID1, and if PID1 is bin bash, you are human, you can work with it.
So bintany only for Jenkins image, if that is the case.
Bintany is only suitable to run any shell scripting in the background. Like different utilities are there. Bintany is one of those to run in the background.
Okay.
In place of Bintany, it can be anything. It can be Perl, it can be Python, it can be Java, it can be Nginx, it can be Tomcat, it can be MySQL, it can be Oracle. Anything it can be. Types of image, it can be anything.
Okay.
So for attach, the command will be control plus P plus Q, is it?
No, sir. I am saying when you are inside a container and without killing the PID1, you want to come out of it in a safe way. See, how can you come out of the container without exiting? Because what happens when you attach, you'll go into the PID1 and you write, if it is a bin bash, then you write exit. Exit will kill bin bash. Bin bash will get killed. PID1 get killed. PID1 get killed. Container will get exit. So that's what I'm saying. How can you come out of the container without exiting? Safer way. Only work with the PID1 if only with PID1 is bin bash. This command will work only with a bin bash and PID1 is bin bash. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Now next is
Okay. Rajesh, what if we want to come out of Bintini without exiting? That is, after attach, we need to come out of Bintini.
Bintini do not understand this command. Bintini has no command to safely exit. This is a shell command actually I am giving it. Shell command. Bintini, if you want to come out of it, control C exit. You cannot safely exit.
Okay, Rajesh. Yeah.
See, every utility has certain commands which it supports. Bintini do not support this command. Bintini understand one command, control C. That means exit yourself.
Rajesh, one quick question on the execute interactive mode. So we have execute command in interactive mode as well as run command in interactive mode, right?
Yes, yes. You have run also interactive.
Yeah, for run, we don't add bin bash. Do we need to add bin bash in run also? How we are adding in execute?
No. You not adding bin bash. I'll tell you the reason for it. And the reason is here. See here. When you do the run with the bin bash, then you will interact. Because I said very clearly, see here, with IT and bin bash, you can go inside because you are a human being. See, I am a human being, you are a human being, we can only work with a shell. Bin shell, bash, sh, corn shell is that. We cannot interact. We cannot interact without a shell. So that's what I'm saying. So when you do the run, and when you have a PID1 bin bash, you can interact. But when you do the run -IT, this IT is not understood by Bintini. So you will become a Bintini actually. Are you getting my point?
Can you repeat, Rajesh? I'm still not clear.
Okay. Where you got confusion, you tell me. What you understood so far?
Yeah, why are we not using bin bash or Bintini while executing the run command? Run in interactive mode. For execution, execute command we are using bash.
Okay, first tell me one thing. How you interact with the system? Tell me.
Using the IT command.
No. Forget about the container. How you interact when you work with the Windows and Linux? How you
we want to interact with shell. Only with shell.
Right. Yes. So when you interact, you need a shell. It can be Windows PowerShell, Linux, Fun Shell, C Shell, Bash Shell. Okay. This is clear, right, for all of us?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Then some music is coming from someone else. Yeah. So here, when you say interact with this, so you should know interacting with the shell. So here, when you work, this is the right command. Right? This is wrong. Why? Because you cannot. Have you ever heard about you can work with the Bintini? You can interact with Bintini? No. That way, this command will work, but behavior you will not get. Of what? Interactions. What will happen when you run this command? You will become Bintini, which I have been telling you since morning, afternoon. Are you getting my points now?
To run Ubuntu in interactive mode, we need to add bin bash.
No. Someone would help me because I've almost lost the word actually. Anyone who understood can help me here?
Rajesh.
No, actually, in Ubuntu, since it is in a line cache, that feature is there, so will interact with Ubuntu. But wherein in Jenkins we can't interact with that, right? It's a application. Wherein this is like a what do you can say, OS. Is that right, Deepak? I mean, Rajesh? So in Jenkins, you can't give a command to execute in Jenkins tool itself. We can do the same thing with Ubuntu since it is an operating system.
Okay, let's understand this way. Okay, copy paste one more repeating here. Look at this. First, forget about the rest of the command. Understand the behavior of run. What is doing? Create, start, attach to the PID. So in a Jenkins, PID is Ubuntu, PID is bin bash. So if I give this command, understand that very simple concept. If I give this one, what will happen? It will go attached to the Jenkins or Ubuntu. Okay, it will go, but this will get exit. This will not get exit. Why? Because Bintini will not get exit, whereas shell bin bash will get exit. So container will get exit. Container will keep running here because of behavior rule number here. PID 1 is running, container is running. So here Bintini will keep running, bin bash will exit in absence of command. Now what I am doing, I am adding with the interactive mode. So the moment you interact with always shell, so when you add interactive, so instead of exiting, what will happen? You go inside and you become a bin bash. You are interactive mode. Whereas this will not work for Bintini because you will this IT is not understood by Bintini. So it's very simple.
Okay, but actually my question was in execute command we were using bin bash as well, but in run we simply were using IT.
Because see here, in understand that in exec command you can run bin bash only in the case of Jenkins image, because here you do not Bintini is set, no PID 1. So here when you use interactive mode, which is here. So always it works with the bin bash. So here you don't need to use it. Why? Because bin bash is anyway set. Okay. Now last situation is here. How to access application from outside. So for that we need a little bit of understanding. Okay. Look at this, guys. This is your home, okay? This is your home. And this is a router. And this is empowering your laptop, your mobile, your second mobile. Now, I am your neighbor. I am having laptop. 2. I am connecting through this laptop to this laptop. Can I access it? I am in a different Wi-Fi. You are in a different Wi-Fi. Can I access your laptop?
No.
How?
Yes, we can access through some other tools like TeamViewer and all.
No, sir. I am not saying internet. I am saying IP address, network. You are talking about the internet. Internet, whole world is connected. That's not the case. Internet, whole world is connected. Whether you are in IP or not, IP. I'm taking IP address. Can I access to IP address, network?
No.
No. Why?
There should be a bridge between both of them. Either you have to connect to cable.
There should be routing between these two.
Yes, yeah.
Correct? Okay. Routing is not available. Okay, simple case. So now I'll tell you guys, here, this is your VMs where you are running container. So VM, guys, VM has IP address. Think about it, very simple logic. and you are running container 1, 2, 3, 4. Container IP address given by bridge, which is a virtual bridge here. Okay, understand that. This is a bridge, virtual bridge here. So this bridge power this container, this container, this container, this container. Now bridge can be accessible within a system, but not outside of the system. Okay. So now you see here, I'm outside. I want to access bridge or container. Let me change the color. Here, no. Can I access the bridge? No. Can I access the IP address of host? Yes. So what is needed? Then proxy is needed between this. So see here. ETH0, physical network. Bridge, virtual network. So between this and this, proxy is needed. Okay. Did you understand the conceptually?
Yes.
So when I say proxy, because the host network, only one network is there. So here when I say I hit the IP address on 80 port, you should go to the container 1, 81 port, container 2, 82 port, container 3. This is how you can access it. Each container. So now, same thing I'm going to do. So for that, I'll do a little bit of cleanup because I don't want to show you too many outputs now. CentOS sudo -s. What I'm doing right now, Docker. Look at my screen, please, guys. Docker stop. I'm stopping all the containers. And removing it. Done. Docker -s. See here. There is no containers right now. Okay. So now what to do? How to access the container from outside? What do you have to do? Docker. See here. Run Jenkins. Are you okay with this command? This command? Now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now what I will do? -p external port, internal port. Okay. External, internal. Please, I will write it also. You will forget, I guess. External, ext, internal. Okay. So here I am running it. Look at my screen. Let's do this. See here. I made a mistake. What mistake? I become Bentini. Okay. So what should I do? Any idea what should I do?
We have to detach it.
Active ID. Control C.
No. That is if you are inside it, then Control PQ. I'm not inside it. Then here -d will work. Okay. So here. So this one container got created. Now see here, I'm bin bashed, Bintini. Right now I'm Bintini. Control C. I kill this. I was Bintini. I attached to the Bintini. I kill this. See here, it's not running anymore. See here, exited. Okay. So now I will run with a detachment. See here. Now look at it very carefully. From outside to inside of this container. So can I access it? I forgot my IP address. So let me, where is my IP address? Here it is. And 8080 port. Remember 8080 port. And the IP address of node, in your case, IP address of your VM, CentOS VM. Here it is. And see Jenkins. Can I do one more time? Yeah, but you have to change the external IP. Change it here. Second. Because only one network is there on the host machine. See, second content. And 80, 90. See, and second container is 80, 90. So guys, this is the way you try to explain the behavior of containers. Let's do little bit of recap. I did discuss about concept of PID with Ubuntu. Run -d. How to use container, eject, attach, how to access from outside, and then behavior of run, how to come out of this containers also safely, and PID implementation. Did you understand this? Now,
in both the cases, your IP is same, right?
which IP? My node IP will be same, no? You see image.
Can you go to that Jenkins 80808090?
No. First you see the image, what you understood. Why you got confusion, IT should be different. How many hosts you have? How many hosts you have?
One.
So simple, IP address will be 1. I can access only host network. They will redirect me to the node network, a container network.
Rajesh, what is this?
But we will have different IP for each Docker, Docker, right?
That's what I'm saying, sir. No, that's what I said. You do not access the container IP. I said no. Cannot.
Okay.
You have a different IP address for container, but can you access it? No. What can you access it? Node network. So what you are going to do? Create a proxy. Between what? Node network and container network. How? This command. -p proxy.
Okay. Also with the same IP, we will have multiple port numbers and okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Rajesh, one question here, Rajesh.
Yes.
What is the use of the internal port that we have here?
Internal port?
Yeah. So both you have defined 8380 for both the instances you have created.
I think you missed the whole.
Only the change.
Did you miss the half session? First half session?
No. No. My question is, so this you have mentioned 8080. Fine. So what if I want to point it to different instances of the same container?
Different application which is running on different port. Is that something you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can change the port now in that case. Here, see, my Jenkins is running. See, this container is running with the Jenkins 8080 port. How can you sure about it? Let me show you. Send.
No, his question is different. In the command, you are giving 2 port 80. Can you go to that notepad? Yeah. I guess 8080, 8090, 8080. That's what your question is, right, Deepak? Deepak?
No, it was not me who asked the question.
Okay. So external means, guys, understand that. That's the reason before that image only I'm showing. External means node network. Internal means container network. Container port. Node port. Container port. Node port. All the containers you are running 8080, 8080, 8080, 8080. Different IP address, different IP address, different IP address, different. Who's giving it? Bridge. ETH0, this is the external network. Internal network, create a proxy. How? -p. Got it? Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Internally also you can access, but with which port? Container network. Let me show you here. Docker ps. This container. Docker. You run all this command in the morning only. I hope so. Inspect. What is IP address? 3. Clear the screen. std curl. I don't have a browser over there. So curl. What is this? Curl, no? See here. This is Jenkins login page. Did you all see that? This time I use the container network IP address. But I cannot access, right, on the browser. I cannot access. Reason I explained it. Did you understand, guys, now?
Yeah.
Hey Rajesh, sorry, I had some audio issues. What I wanted to ask is, so in one container I have multiple applications running on different ports. Okay, so the IP remains the same, but the port number is different. So while I create this command, if I point it to the internal port with the proxy, it will automatically pick it up. That's what I wanted to get it clarified.
Yes, why not, sir? Let me put it in a simple way. You have a laptop. I'm in your home. You are running 4 applications, one in 80, one in 8080, one in 303306, and one in 8085. I'm in the same network. Can I not access that port if you are opening up the firewall? Can I access it or not from your home?
Yeah, you can.
Same thing. So yes, you can access it, but if you access from outside, you have to expose using -p.
So individually, each application has to be exposed. Right?
Yes, of course. Each application developer has to write an image. They will decide which port they need to run. And one port inside a container, we can use only one time. Why? Because only one network is there. You know that very well. We discussed. Right now? Okay, guys. So do not take container as a very special case. It's like one of the compute unit, and without a boot file system. That's all. It's one of the compute unit, but without a boot file system. In the VM, you have a boot file system. Physical machine, you have a boot file system. Container, we do not have a boot file system. That's the only difference what you have. Okay. So now I'm going to update these notes, and you have to practice it. Trust me. Without practice, this concept will not get clear for sure. So you have to practice it. So let me share the notes. Same notes will be there for today. You have to refresh it after a few seconds. Let me update it. Go ahead, guys.
Rajesh, are you going to share this video now?
Not now, but it will be shared at the end of this session. Okay. By the way, guys, do you want to practice it after this session?
Yeah, that's it. We can go through this video once again.
No problem. So what you can do, because sharing these videos after processing will take some time. So you will get it, but at the end of this session, okay, most probably 5th day or 6th day. But what I can give it to you, you can learn some of the Kubernetes related stuff, Docker related stuff from this URL. Here also you will find my videos only. But again, if you really want to prepare for tomorrow, that will be good. I'll feel good actually. So just type here. I put it in the URL. Please fab it out and put the Docker and go for any recordings, which is, let's say this is a part 2. This is a part 1. So first you go through this, then part 2. And here you have so many 1 to 16. You see here? All these things you have. Go through that and it will help. Okay, guys?
If you liked our Docker session so far, please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.